Good evening, everyone in St. Paul's Church, and welcome once again to our installment of the Lounge Time with St. Paul's Church. And tonight, we are very blessed to have this lovely couple, Paul and Mason, and with baby Clarissa on board this evening. Thank you once again for allowing us to come into your home on this beautiful evening to invade your privacy and to bring you the faith journey, their life journey of both Paul and Mason. So Paul and Mason and Clarissa, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome. Nice of you all to take your time off to be on the show with baby Clarissa. Hi, baby. How you doing? Give a wave. Yay. And folks, check it out, man. Look at the studio they're in. It's called a baby cot studio. It is so cool. They're actually inside Clarissa's cot. Now we just pray and hope the cot doesn't crum, yeah. Anyway, hey guys, thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate you taking your time off. And so let's get the ball rolling. What do you both do for a living? So I'm not gonna say ladies first, okay. I leave it to the husband and wife to either wapia som or lonchan pas, okay? Yeah. So what do you guys do for a living? Please do share.
So actually, I look after Clarissa on a full-time basis. And then on a part-time basis, I do a bit of operations management work for my boss who does a startup company. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. So you're a full-time daddy now?
Yeah, full-time daddy. Yeah.
Hey, that's a solid job, man. Well done, daddy. Awesome. Okay. And how about you, Mason? What do you do?
For me, I'm a special educator. Yeah. So I work in a special needs school as a senior teacher there. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm managing like 3 classes. Yeah.
Okay.
Of students. Yeah. They are mainly like students with autism and students with multiple disabilities.
Right. And how long have you been in this line already?
It's actually my 9th year actually.
Okay.
On 5 years.
Okay. Sorry, Paul. I'm just going to spend a bit of time with Mason here. Special needs. I remember back in my days in school. I'm talking about the 70s. I think they didn't have. I don't think the schools were capable, or they did not have the tools to actually diagnose a child with what I call alphabetical problems. ADD, I call it alphabetical problems, like and autism and all that kind of stuff. Is it true that it's only in the later part of the century, like the late 90s or 2000s?
Yeah, I didn't look into really researching into it, but
Okay.
I do see nowadays the screening are much more robust than the previously.
Okay.
That's my knowledge.
Okay.
Because I do see the intentionality in screening. For example, I'm not quite sure because I'm not really in the mainstream sector, but to my knowledge, there is screening like even P1 they have. Yeah. So
Okay.
like certain screening kits that the students actually go through. Yeah, which is good. Because it is early intervention is really, I feel it's really important.
Right.
And good that people are being intentional about it.
Okay.
Yeah, in terms of screening and finding out early.
And I also believe in your line of work, you would have your challenges, but you would also have your triumphs, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We do really celebrate little successes.
Right.
Like independent skills that we might take for granted, like okay, it just naturally grows, but really like really simple things like the student just spontaneously labeling pizza as pizza. It's something that I myself celebrate. Like, oh wow, I've been teaching you pizza and showing you all kinds of different pictures of pizzas and all those as vocabulary, as one of the vocabulary.
Right.
Students studying 6 point to the pizza. I was like, wow, okay.
That's great, man. Okay, awesome.
Right, yeah.
Okay. So, Paul, coming back to you, how long were you in your profession, or have you been in your profession,
looking after Clarissa.
That's a good one. I like that. Oh, that was a good one. Looking after Clarissa. Okay, you got me there. Okay, 1-0, Paul Ong. Well done, man. That was really good. I mean, prior to Clarissa.
Okay. So I've been with this startup company for I think 2016 or what, 2015. So it's almost about four years plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your main profession in the startup company?
Operations manager.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did I have this idea that you were in accounting?
No. Maybe you confuse me with Jin Zi a bit. Not accounting. I can't remember.
No, I think maybe it's the look, lah. I think it's the look.
No.
I think it's the look. Okay, I think which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna ask you all $1 million question. I love to ask certain couples, the $1 million question. Okay, and the $1 million question is, how do you guys meet?
Oh.
I had to do that.
Christian Connection.
Sorry, say again.
Christian Connection.
Okay.
It's an online dating website. Rather.
Yeah.
Awesome. God works in mysterious ways, and God is also the master of technology. Yeah. Hey, it's so interesting. So I mean, just very briefly, I guess you got to both sort of sign up with the app, and then they go through, and then they sort of interview you or they screen you, kind of thing, right? And then after that, you guys sort of click and then get to know each other, chit chat.
Actually, it's a bit of questions that we need to fill up when we introduce ourselves.
Okay.
So I think the way we wrote was more of like how we were actively serving in ministry in the past. Like
Amazing.
I was a teaching ministry coordinator, or like I served on the PCC, something like that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I must encourage the two of you all. I think there are many people who think online dating is not normal. To be very honest with you, I know of many of my friends and even family members who have met their spouses and their partners through online connections. And hey, love is blind, and it happens. So yeah. Anyway, congrats on how you guys met. And how do you find, Paul, Mason's role as a specialist working with special needs children? How do you see yourself looking at from your perspective of what she's doing?
I think it's very special. Not many people can actually work with special needs children. It takes a certain breed of people. So I think she's really one of a kind. I mean, in a good sense.
Yeah.
And I think it's that very special heart for special needs children that I think that drew me to her to begin with. Yeah.
I have a little secret to share.
Yeah.
This was many years ago when I was working. I was working with crocodiles once upon a time. A lot of people have asked me this question. So yes, I used to work with reptiles many years ago when I was young and crazy. And I remember we always had special needs schools that will come and visit the crocodile park that was once upon a time in Jurong. And we have to bring them on tours. And many a times I will meet a lot of the special needs children, the young girls and young boys. And it was during that time when I was working in the crocodile farm, my heart melted when I saw these kids. Even though I was not even a Christian yet, and I was such a horrible person back then, I think that was the time. I think maybe God sort of gave me that little heart for these people, and it still is until today. Yeah, so Mason, well done, to you and your colleagues and all the people in the world are working with these special needs children. They need the help. Not just the children. There are special need adults that I'm aware of. I know a few of them, and they need a hand. They need people to come alongside them. So awesome. So next question. Don't worry, not personal. But your faith journey. Paul, I knew you grew up in St. Paul's Church from the time you were in Sunday school, and you went through youth, and then now you're a parent. And I think many people do know you from St. Paul's Church, And if you don't mind, I just want to swing the limelight over to Mason. Mason, how did you come to faith? Was it a supernatural experience? You were sitting on a horse and the Lord Jesus spoke to you like Paul, Mason, Mason, that kind of thing. Or was it a very gentle, subtle, someone coming up to you, sharing the gospel, or a eureka moment when you were at the pits and God just spoke to you? Do share how you came to faith.
Well, I think mine is none of that. Mine is
Okay.
none of that very wow, like a wow moment at all. Nevertheless, I think all of ours is God's beautiful stories.
Mhm.
Yeah. So mine is like I was having like a typical life. So
Okay.
just have a little prompter here, just in case I forget my points. So yeah, I was having a typical life. But one without any like a sense of true purpose.
Mhm.
Yeah. So during my lower secondary school days, like because my sisters they actually bring me to church, Sunday school,
Right.
church service. From so much I got to know all this like I'm a so-called a sinner. Like even at quite young like I was like P3 and all. I mean
Mhm.
like all these terms has been exposed to me. And I kind of like, I kind of like, okay, know what is the sinner? Like I'm the sinner and felt a strong need to be like rescued from the ultimate consequence. Like I always fear this thing about hell and
Okay.
what is the worst thing that will happen to me and all these things. So
Right.
like on the ultimate consequence. So then I learn about like hell and all. So
Okay.
like because I pray to be saved,
Okay.
it's like because I'm exposed to all this.
Right.
So
Right.
like I know, the sinner's prayer and all those things.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I pray to be saved. So but as time goes by, right, that was when I was P3. But as time goes by, I really learned about like having and engaging in this relationship with Jesus. Because
Right.
previously I was like this faith to when my sis asked me, would you like to receive Christ? I was like, okay. Like my heart just being prompted to do so.
Mhm.
But maybe it's time and through the people around in my life that taught me, like about engaging in this relationship with Jesus.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
who
Okay.
created and loves me. So like through this, relationship, I experienced this sense of security, this stability, and of course, like what in line with what I've mentioned earlier, this purpose and assurance. This like I feel that this God who knows what he's doing,
Mhm.
it's not some other being who don't know
Yeah.
what he's doing at all. Yeah, so he's the overseer of my soul. And importantly, he will never leave or not forsake me.
Mhm.
So this is this is how I come to really have this personal relationship.
And no turning back. Yeah. The hands
Yeah,
on the plow, still going forward. Awesome.
by his grace. Yeah.
I think every one of us has a story. Everyone has a testimony, and personally, some people are drawn to very powerful testimonies, supernatural testimonies, and so on and so forth. I think God is a respecter of no man, and He will meet you where you're at, whether it's a supernatural power encounter or just a very subtle voice in the cleft of the rock, like how Jonah experienced it. I think at the end, I saw how Elijah experienced it. So I think at the end of the day, each of us have a story to tell. And yeah, Mason, thanks so much. Paul, coming back to you.
Yeah.
Being the son of the Vickers warden for the umpteen years already, what is it like growing up with your dad holding a profile like that, in church since you were young? Yeah. Is this something where people go, oh, no, no, Vickers warden's son, there's a Vickers warden's son, kind of thing? Yeah. What was it like? Yeah.
I don't think there was that strong active pressure lah. Like
Okay.
you
Yeah, for the folks back at home, for those of you who do not know, Paul, if you do not know, Paul is Georgie Ong's son. Georgie is our Vickers warden. Sorry for not stating that at the very beginning. Yeah. So there's no pressure at all, Paul?
Yeah, no real pressure per se lah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good legacy, to have my dad who is so actively serving in St. Paul's Church.
Yeah.
The Vickers warden.
Yeah. It's amazing. For many, many years, he's been a very strong stalwart of St. Paul's Church community. Yeah. Okay. What is your okay? So now, we all know, we're all aware COVID-19 has really grounded most of us at home, and so what is it like on a daily basis? What's a day in the life of Paul and Mason? Yeah, on a work day, what is it like?
So, she gets up really early in the morning
Right.
because she's the morning session. So she gets up like by 4:40, 4:50.
Okay.
And
Sounds like me. Yep, sounds like me. Yep.
yeah, so I kind of take that cue when she wakes up to also kind of wake up to have my breakfast and
Okay.
to wash up and sort of get ready before Clarissa gets up because she gets up by about sometimes 5:36.
Right. Okay.
So because once she gets up, then my day is started lah.
Okay.
So either feeding her milk or solids or engaging her. So like engaging her through like physical, social, emotional, cognitive, some teaching tools that we use.
Yeah, so the auditory and the kinesthetic, right? Putting it all together. Yeah.
Then of course I read the Bible to her, I pray with her, I sing those Sunday school songs with her. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like the early introduction to Christian education.
Making my job a bit easier. Yeah. Okay. And then so I guess for Mason it's off to school, yeah? So you guys are back in school now, right?
Yeah, exactly. So my day, like what you said, starts off in the morning, after which, pack lunch back. So we will take to eat. Yeah, so
Okay.
one of us continue to engage Clarissa. So
Okay.
then after which is my usual afternoon meetings. So
Okay.
like come about like say 5:30. So like Paul will buy back and we'll have our usual dinner. So after our dinner will have our quiet time or also known as family Jesus time in that sense.
Nice. Okay.
So before ending the day with the night routine of washing dishes.
Right.
Washing bottle,
Then trying to settle her to
Yeah.
bed.
bathing
Yeah.
her.
Bathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are just bringing my memory all back, to those days. Mason, I must share you something really cute. I remember when you just delivered baby, and Paul, I think after your confinement or so, I think Paul came back to serve on the PA, and I saw him there. He looked really knackered. He looked really tired. And Paul, so how is it, Daddy? How is it, Daddy? How is it? And he's like, tired, man, tired.
I would say that.
I still remember that, Paul. I still remember that. And I told him, I say, welcome to the world of being a daddy, Yeah. I must strongly emphasize this to all of those of you all who are at home. And I'm going to be very bold in making this statement. Us fathers and daddies, we should not be sitting down on our bottoms. We must be involved in our families from the time from the womb all the way, even though they grow up to adulthood. Like right now, my kids, my daughter is 26, my son is 20. We are still parenting them in a very different way. It's a lot of communication, a lot of talking. So, daddies out there, I want to just tell you this, that our fatherhood doesn't end. It continues. Different seasons. Like right now, it's mentoring for me. And so just want to encourage all of you all. So, Paul, you got an awesome task ahead. It's a privilege to be a daddy. No discount to mommies, of course. But children need their fathers, we play a very vital role in upbringing our kids. So so continue. It's going to pay off. All the late nights, the sleepy nights, and all that kind of stuff is going to pay off, Yeah. So, hey, I don't have much time left. So maybe just one last question to the two of you all. I think many of our church members and many people, whether it's in Singapore or around the world, are going through a very tough time, a very challenging time. And seeing you guys still being able to smile with Clarissa walking around, shows me that God is very real and very true in the sense of the word to the both of you all. So maybe you'd like to share a word of encouragement or something that will just encourage our folks. It can be a Bible verse, it could be something that God deposited into you, or just some words of encouragement for our folks in St. Paul's Church and those of you all who may be watching outside of St. Paul's Church. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I mean, growing up in St. Paul's Church all these years, I found the church to be really a very closely knitted family. And, I really certainly miss the fellowship on Sundays, especially at the breakfast hall, at the parish hall. So I really look forward to the day when we can all, leisurely gather together again for breakfast in the parish hall. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. How about you, Mason? Anything you want to share with our folks?
I think, talking about like all the experiences ever since post baby, right?
Right.
I really felt really I got the good father who really provides and really cares like more than we can imagine
Right.
or or even aware of. Yeah. And to all of you out there, SPC folks, like thank you so much for the really like the numerous acts of like care and love that's been shown to me and my family. Although like I've just been in this church like I think since 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, although it's like because it's here, I come here, but really I felt this familyness thingy. Yeah. So yeah, like love hearts.
Thank you very much, Paul and Mason. That was beautiful. Back at you. Yeah. So yeah, brothers and sisters, here you have it, Paul and Mason. Paul grew up in church for many years since he was a young boy, all the way through. And Mason came into his life not too long ago. And by the power of technology, by the power of technology. And yeah, we thank God of how he brought the both of them together. And now they have a beautiful baby girl, Clarissa. There she is. Yeah, look at her. Yeah. And so God is still sovereign, folks. You can see it very true in Paul and Mason's life and the others who've been online with us through this talk show. So be encouraged, continue to persevere, continue to pray, continue to be vigilant. We're still living in uncertain times. Like what Paul said, he misses the fellowship on Sundays. In fact, I do remember also, it's one of the fellowships on Sundays where me, Paul, Gabriel, and I can't remember one more person, we sat down and we were having a chat. We were talking about man stuff, And yeah, it was a private moment, a special moment. And I think a lot of us missed that. And so let's continue to pray, and keep our eyes fixed on the Lord, who is sovereign in this matter. But we also need to do our part. We thank God, honestly, our numbers in Singapore have been low in the community. Let's remain vigilant. Let's be masked up, and look after ourselves. Yeah. So Paul and Mason, thank you so very much for being on the show. I really appreciate your time, and I know that you have to be in the court, literally in court in session, and to look after Clarissa. But really, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it. And yeah, we all are looking forward where we can come back together on a Sunday and fellowship once again. So from me to all of you back there at St. Paul's Church, thank you so much for letting us come into your home this evening. We pray that you will stay safe and be well during this time. So thank you once again. God bless everybody. Take care and bye-bye from Paul, Mason, and Clarissa. Bye, everybody. Bye.